Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Episode 7. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Mel is doing product photos for her line, and Stormy stops by to give her some pointers. So they're sitting down, they're talking while, Mel is rubbing the body butter of it all on Stormy's legs. And Stormy tells Mel that Target gave her 1,000 more stores and Walmart gave her 50% more doors. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, Stormy, for real. That is really huge. Like, I'm being so serious. That's big. Okay, that's major. So congratulations on that. But Stormy, nah, I got some things to say now, Stormy. So Stormy is telling Melody that Destiny came to her warehouse for them to talk. She was like, yeah, and I mean, it went okay. We talked. We tried to reach a resolution. And, basically we just agreed to disagree, at the little meeting that we were having. So Mel was like, okay, so are y'all cool? Honey, because that's all Mel really want to know. So Stormy is like, I mean, like you said, like we shouldn't have beef. So we don't have beef. But I mean, I don't see myself wanting to be friends with her. Now, this is my opinion. That's fake as hell to me. That's fake. I'm feeling like maybe Destiny was right not to trust you right off the bat, because my impression of the little sit down that you and Destiny had was that you wanted to try and grow a friendship with her. You were like, well, me, you and Mel. I ain't got to buy no $2,000 purse to get you to accept an apology. If you don't like me, you don't like me. That's just point blank in the period. If I enter a room and I'm not your vibe, then just stay from around me. That's just it. But the way that you were sitting down in front of Destiny, you were making it seem like, well, y'all want to get cool and that was just a misunderstanding. I didn't like that. She's like, I mean, Mel, you know me. I mean, I don't let people be my friends. I didn't do it with Tiffany and I ain't doing it with Destiny. She was like, I mean, I don't want it to be a situation where, I'm coming with gifts and they giving me the cold shoulder. Well, girl, did you come with the gifts because you wanted to or not? Because quiet as it's kept, I feel like you just saying this because you're in front of Mel. This is what I'm really feeling like. I feel like you don't want Mel to be mad at you. So I don't really want to be her friend. Because the never before seen clips all over on the YouTube, honey, they telling a totally different story. Okay. And that scene with not only Destiny, but Tiffany says differently. So you don't want them as friends, but Tiffany going to be in one of your commercials and Destiny gets a Gucci purse. Well, baby, honey, I would love to be one of your enemies. Well, baby, sign me up. I'm going to get national exposure and a Gucci bag. Oh, baby, I'm in that thing. Girl gone. I'm side-eyeing you big time. So Mel is like in her confessional, I mean, I think that's great that they talked. I mean, I advocated for that. I mean, they really don't have beef. And girl, please, I'm telling you right now, I would not trust Stormy Weather at all. Okay, I wouldn't trust her. And at first I was like, why are people being hard on Stormy? I was just warming up to her. But this scene right here got me feeling like you gonna tote messages. Okay, I feel like you're gonna be talking about me over here. Now, I don't know if you will, but for me, this whole little scene right here and this whole little conversation, it just didn't sit right with me. So then Stormy tells Mel that, Tiffany came over and she was like, I told her to bring her dog and she forgot her dog. Here go Mel. Aw, yeah. I'm not about to play with these people. I'm not about to play, honey. Girl, Mel don't care to hear nothing about them people, honey. She can't stand them people. She wants you to take these product photos. Let's just be real, okay? She don't care nothing about what's going on with no Tiffany. So she tells her that Tiffany said that she met with Destiny and Destiny feels like Mel made a beeline for Wanda. But Stormy said, I told her that Wanda tried to hit you from the back. Well, she didn't beeline to Miss Wanda, but she did head over to Wanda to give her a piece of her mind, as she should. Because she even said in the confessional, I'm about to lead this conversation over here and I'm about to go address Miss Wanda. I'm about to go over here and speak to her. Miss Wanda tried to sneak her. That is true. Destiny, she did not beeline to her. Beelining to her would have meant, listen, I parked my G-Wagon. I jumped out. My bob was bobbing. Martel, Martel. Honey, I got my bob out the car and ran straight up to Miss Wanda and her show enough baked potatoes. But that's not what happened. She came inside, stood around for 2 seconds. Then she went over there to talk to Miss Wanda. It's you know, you put a little stank on it. Yes, she did, you know, go over there to have words, but she actually was talking to Bessemer's finest before she said anything to Miss Wanda, aka Bernard. Okay, let's not get it twisted. The problem I'm having with Stormy is she's just being messy. That's the problem I'm having. She's being messy. You said in Destiny's face saying that you wanted all of y'all to work it out. She's like, yeah, you know, I mean, maybe me, you, and Mel. Yet you run to Mel and tell her things to upset her further. So clearly you already know that it's going to start some drama, and I don't trust people like that. Because you could have left Destiny where she stood. The girl had a stank attitude. She didn't want to be bothered with you. So you could have left the Gucci box, okay, as she describes it. You could have left the box and the flowers, and you could have went on about your business. You told messages about what she said to Tiffany and this and that. It's just a bunch of mess and confusion for no reason. And if we really want to be real, okay, because I never really just get down to it, but if we really want to be real, there wouldn't be as much confusion in the group if the core six would stick to the core six. We don't need all these outside voices. We don't need Miss Wanda. We don't need Stormy Weather. We don't need Tiffany and her kitten heels. We don't need Big Lou. We don't need Mark. We don't need Miss Van. We don't need none of that. Okay? All we need is the 3 M's, Kimmy, Tisha, and Mel. That's it. That's all. Okay? Because this is where the foolishness is coming from. Moving forward. So she said, well, I'm not surprised that Destiny thinks that I started it because Destiny has a problem with me. And I mean, that's true. So Mel tells Stormy that her and Martel are going to get them together to try to see where they can go from there. Here goes Stormy. You know, like with Miss Wanda and the Scotts, it's just never ending. So Mel gonna say, yeah, because Maurice, Marceau, and Martel, you know, the 3 M's, they ain't never tried to come to blows before. And we've been knowing each other a long time and they've never come to blows. Well, baby, they surely have tried. Let's not forget when Martel and Marceau a few seasons back were about to come to blows in that kitchen after Martel brought out the fact that he had 20 women's. I will never forget. That's when Marceau was wearing that denim jacket and that fitted, honey. And I don't know what was on. I think it said sculpt on the front. You know, Martel, he gonna come in, honey, like he just got out of a business meeting. The 2 of them were talking and they almost came to blows. Did it make it to the show? I don't think so. I think it was like a behind the scenes type thing and we got a glimpse of it. But they have definitely almost come to blows before. All this mayhem did not just start, okay? These friendships have been toxic. Let's just keep it real. So she's telling Stormy, she's like, yeah, people feel like Mel is always the one in some drama, but people be in drama with me. I just be minding my business. Mel, everybody has to take accountability for their actions. Nobody's hands are clean. You ain't just sitting over there always involved with something, okay? Okay, I'm just saying now. We got to be like we're adults. It comes a point where we all have to take accountability. In the next scene, Tiffany is at her office. Honey, I still don't know what she does. And she's on a Zoom with a lady that specializes in eyewear for African-American faces called Vontel. Not to be confused with Martel. I'm just kidding, y'all. Y'all know I like to be silly. So Tiffany is a part of Acclinate, I think it is, and they specialize in clinical research. So they want to partner with her because, you know, certain frames don't fit our faces. And I thought that was really admirable. I was like, oh, okay, Tiff, giving us a little insight on what you do. So after they finish with their meeting, Big Lou stops by for more of their awkward scenes. And you know how they like to do. And he sits down and she's like, oh, look, they're confirming my appointment for the OBGYN. Child, oh my God. So he's like, so this what it's leading, baby talk? Well, where else is it going to lead, honey? What else y'all going to talk about? What else is going on? You got the call sheet, Louis. You know the chosen storyline. Don't act brand new. Don't come in here talking about, are we going to talk about a baby? What else are you and Tiffany going to bring? Huh? Nothing? I ain't think so. Moving forward. So Tiffany brings up that it was her that changed her mind after saying that they didn't want to have kids when they first got married. So she gives him this piece of paper and she's like, please circle yes or no to me taking out my IUD. Do you want to have another baby with me or not? Child, what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Because I'm over it. Okay, Louis, you gonna do it. So go on, circle yes and tell a girl you want to be a boyfriend or whatever y'all doing, honey. Please circle it and let's move on. So she was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna put a cap on it of 6 months. So if it doesn't happen by then I won't ask you about it again. Well, honey, we know she's not currently pregnant, so I guess that storyline's out the window, and hopefully their time on the show is as well. because it's not giving anything. And, normally I'm just like, no, I don't want to take somebody's check, but it really is not adding anything. So yeah, they can just go. So of course he said yes. And she's like in the confessional, well, this means like unlimited sex and unlimited positions. Tiffany, this isn't a membership. Sign up for the 6-month baby making membership where you get unlimited sex and unlimited positions. Tiffany, girl, what is wrong with you? Oh my gosh, these two. Tiffany has Louis wrapped around her storyline, child. Let's move on. Moving forward. So they're all getting ready for this comeback group gathering or whatever they're about to do, honey. Gather around the table. And everybody looks so nice. They look so good. I was like, okay, y'all. Okay, outfit. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, bitch. Ooh, bitch. Bobby. Bobby. Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. Bobby like you want to go over his house and drop it. They was looking good, honey. Everybody cleans up nice. So on the way there, Kimmy and Maurice, they're in the car and they're talking about, them meeting so that Miss Wanda can be discussed. So Kimmy is like, well, my mom always told me sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I ain't never liked that saying. I ain't never liked it. Words hurt. Okay. And the wrong words sometimes can get you physically hurt. Now, I don't condone violence, honey, but let's just call a spade a spade. So, they told us that when we were children, but it makes absolutely no sense, which is why I don't tell my son that, honey, because words hurt. If I went in there right now, woke him up out of his sleep and said, you stupid, worthless idiot, I hate the day I had you. You don't think that's going to hurt him? Oh, okay. I'm just saying. So Maurice said, well, that's not true because words are very powerful. And I agree with that. So in the car with Tisha and Marceau, baby, they're looking as good as they want to look. Okay, matching the interior. So they're in the car and she's asking what he's expecting of the dinner. He said, I'm expecting not to lose my cool. She said, well, I'm just going to drink and look cute. Girl, no, you're not. You're going to defend Miss Wanda to the death of you. Okay? Side note, baby, Kimmy going to give the ultimate cleavage at all times if she don't do nothing else. So back over in their car, she said, well, people give jabs, but nobody knows how to take a jab. And I agree. Everybody can dish it, but nobody can take it. So all of y'all just need to stay off of the Instagram. And they need to permanently ban y'all. Back over with Tisha and Marceau. Tisha is over there talking about Mel was in her mom's face and something not adding up. Yeah, she was in her face because she tried to pull a sneak attack. When the thing first started, they were both in each other's face. Mel initially addressed Bernard and him threatening her with a chopper. So then your mama was like, yeah, he did it. What's up? He from Bessemer. She turned around to get it started and it took off from there. But don't try to act like they were just in each other's face for absolutely no reason. Tisha, stop that. So Tisha's like, well, I might need to call her and get an update to hear her side of things. So girl, you trying to make me believe that you ain't talked to your mama for her side before now? Okay, I'm going to let y'all continue to play in my face. Child, let's just get through this episode, honey. Let's just wrap this season up, okay? Let's just wrap it on up. So she calls Miss Wanda. While they doing that, back over here with Mel and her soul patch, honey, the little soul patch she got in her wig, she's calling hotel to see if he's ready for dinner. And he was like, yeah, I'm ready. So they talk and he's like, so what are you trying to do with the whole dinner? Like, do you want to be friends? Because, I mean, it's deeper than just Miss Wanda. Mel said, moving Miss Wanda out the way can alleviate some of the tension. While I agree, okay, I agree with you, Mel. Miss Wanda always stirs up mess. But the real culprit is Martel. He has to stop with those lies that give these people ammunition. Miss Wanda had no business getting all confused and not comprehending what this man was saying, taking something and just saying it because she feels like saying it. Yes, be mad at Miss Wanda because I don't play by my kid either. But the root of the problem is Martel. If we take it back, okay, he did the first live to give people something to talk about. And he needs to get it together, okay? And I think we're escaping that. Yes, he was talking about the, going to the doctor and not coming home with a baby, okay, because I don't want to say that word on my channel. I'm trying to get monetized, child. But yes, he did bring that up, and that's what he was talking about. But when you have people that are not comprehending what you're saying, when they hear that, all they hear is, oh, Mel's a pro. So now her baby ain't even his. And then they start talking about things that they don't know. So if Martel didn't give them anything, then they would have nothing to say. So I'm not going to just let Martel skip on by, honey, like he didn't do nothing. So she was like, a friendship for me? Yeah, no. Kikiing and whatnot, yeah, that's a no for me. I know that's right, honey, because let's not forget, they all knew that your man was doing him and smiling in your face. Their man was taking trips with your man and his mistress. It would be a no for me too, big dog. Honey, y'all could never be in my presence. And that's just that on that. Moving forward. So Tisha's on the phone with Miss Wanda back in the car, and she tells her, she's like, listen, I'm calling to find out what happened with you talking about the kids. So Miss Wanda explains that she went live. Mel went on the nightcap and said my baby daddy was in her DMs. So I said, now y'all listen to this. So I said, let's talk about that last baby. Miss Wanda, you have changed that story 15 times by your own admission and said, I said, let's talk about that last baby. Tisha proceeds to say, so you never mentioned a child name. You never said I'm talking about your daughter. Tisha, I'm about to scream. Tisha, I'm about to scream. What did your mom just say? What did she just say? And Tisha, I like you. I really do. I like the cast as a whole, except Martel. I'm not a Hotel Hope fan, baby. I'm team wife all day long. You will not get a chance to sit and cheat up on your wife, mistreat her, dog her out, call her a hoe, and then sit up here and degrade her all over social media on the regular. I'm not a Hotel fan and will never be, honey. I don't care how good he look. I don't care how he hang his suits. He does not do it for me. Now back to the mess at hand. Tisha, your mama just said, she said, let's talk about that last baby. Her last baby is a girl, which would make her her daughter. She spoke on the child and her mother. She spoke on them both, Tisha. Stop acting like you do not understand what is going on. There is no way you could have written dissertations and gotten your master's degree without comprehension skills. You just heard your mom say, hey, I said, let's talk about that last baby. So you never said anything about her daughter. Her daughter is her last baby, Tisha. Okay, I'm not about to play with you. So Marcel tells her, girl, go on, wrap it up, honey. We done pulled in, wrap it on up. He's like, you know what? It just is what it is. So they're the first ones to arrive. They get in there and she's asking him again what he wants to get out of it. And he's like, I want some good food, basically. I know that's real. So while they're sitting there, Tisha is telling him that she's never seen him so angry and she didn't really like that side of him and she's never seen that side before. He was like, well, you know, the truth is I'm a dangerous man. Boy, please. Okay. Now, I don't know what you done did in your past life, but I ain't seen you bust a move yet. Okay. I don't know if it's the production holding you back, the security holding you back. Dangerous man. I don't know now, honey. Cause what that mean? What have you been doing in your past life? Child, don't be saying too much, honey. Been incriminated yourself. I'm just saying. So then Kimmy and Maurice, they arrive. Hey, y'all. Then Mel and Martel arrive. You know what makes me so mad? When I saw Mel and Martel walk in together, they make a stunning couple. They make a stunning couple. Why can't men just act right? Damn the review for a second. Why can't they just act right? You know what I mean? I'm just looking at them and they could have been so much. They had so much potential as a couple. And it don't really give the same zhuzh when I see him and Sheree matching and they wearing, you know, I seen the pictures or whatever they wearing, they blue and he wearing his suit. It don't give me. It don't give what they think is giving. Okay? It's not the same as when he was over here with Mel when she had the long bangs and the short sides. Y'all remember it? It ain't the same. It don't hit the same. And to see these three beautiful black couples, because they all look great, okay? Kimmy and Maurice look great as a couple, honey. The checks are rolling in. Kimmy is giving 100% zhuzh, okay? Older than Maurice, well, honey, had the back out and the front out. You better do it. Then you have, you know, Tisha in all her melanin, looking beautiful in that red dress. Marceau has cleaned up nice. Then you have the Holtz, okay? The estranged Holtz. You have Melody Cherie, my bad, and Hotel coming in looking good. Why you couldn't act like you had some sense? Child, this just really makes me mad, honey. I hate to see stuff fall apart for no reason. Honey. It wasn't even worth all that. You ain't even with that girl. Child, it's a whole fool. But anyway, child, let me get off my soapbox and get back to the review. Here we go. Back to the mess. So they walk in. Hey, y'all. And I'm looking at this. I'm like, child, what in the mafia meeting? They back at the scene of the crime. I do like that Mel and Tisha greeted each other, though. That was very grown woman of them. See, that's what I'm saying. When it's the core six, they can kind of act like they got a little sense, even if they fake it. It's like they get together, they kiki for a little bit, and all is good. I loved seeing the two of them greet each other. We have not seen Mel and Tisha embrace in like 12 episodes. Maybe more than that. Because at the Galentine's, they didn't address each other. She wasn't invited to the pajama party with Kiki all messy self. It was just good to see. Anywho, Martel starts telling them that, the fight sparked the meeting and that's why they're all gathered here today. So they show flashbacks of the past comeback group meetings. Child, the comeback group is not coming back. Let's just call it the table meeting, okay? The table meeting is a Love and Marriage Huntsville staple, okay? They gonna get together at a table if they don't do nothing else. So Tisha was like, well, Martel, you want to start the discussion? So he just goes, your mama need to go. Oh, okay. He's like, I love Wanda, I do, but she triggered everything. No. Actually, you did, Hotel. Okay, you did. But for the mess, we can pass the torch to Miss Wanda because she always goes too far. But I'm not letting you escape, okay? Because you cannot give people anything to talk about, okay? You cannot. So had you not said anything, then she would have never been searching and being nosy all up on your live, and she wouldn't have said it. But the mess at this event, I'm going to have to give that to Miss Wanda. Now, was Mel wrong for coming to this event and stirring up this mess? Wrong place, wrong time. I totally agree with that. But this woman ran up and tried to hit this lady in the back of her head. You can't tell me that you're going to stand there and everything's going to be copacetic, because that would be a lie. So Tisha is confused, and Martel said, I just feel like she crosses boundaries. And so Tisha's like, well, what happened? Tisha, you know what happened. He said, well, she has talked about our kids in the past, okay? And I got mad then, I said something, and I feel like kids should be off limits. She was like, well, what exactly did she say? So then Tisha brings up the conversation that she had with her mom, and she said Miss Wanda was going based off what Martel said about Mel stepping out and not knowing who the father of her child was. And that's what I'm saying. Miss Wanda got it all wrong, and she's talking about stuff that the man didn't even say. But had he not been sitting up trying to disparage his ex-wife, Miss Wanda would not have had anything to talk about. Okay? Because, if you're going to put it out there, somebody going to talk about it. So in the confessional, Mel was like, I know Miss Wanda don't think she going to get off this easy. No, I don't think so. So then Mel pipes up and she says, well, of course, I was going to address Wanda when I saw her. So Tisha was like, well, y'all go tit for tat. Mel said, no, we haven't. Tisha's like, no, you said things as well, Mel. Mel, stop acting like you do not use social media. Mel, you are not innocent. You're not. The one thing that really irks me is that Melody hates to accept any kind of accountability. And I know y'all gonna get mad at that, but that's just the real. Everybody played a part. Y'all all played the social media game. But what Miss Wanda has to understand is there is a thing called cause and effect. Okay? Because you put your mouth on my kids, the effect is me addressing you when I see you. Okay? That's what the cause and effect of this is. But we're not going to act like everybody at the table has not done something. Everybody played a part. That's the truth. So Mel was like, nah, it was all Wanda. And I said something on the nightcap, and then I saw a video of her calling me a pro. Now, I don't remember if she said Mel's name. I guess it was implied because I didn't watch the nightcap. I think I watched that first episode when Mel was on there, but I don't think I watched after that. Her appearance was after Mel's. So in essence, y'all are doing tit for tat. You said something, she got on the nightcap, she said something. You said something, she got on the live, she said something. Y'all are playing tit for tat. Am I confused? Honey, don't tell me if I'm confused in a rude way, honey. If you feel like I'm confused, please let me know down in the comments below. But that sounds like tit for tat to me. The bottom line is Miss Wanda has to go, honey. Miss Wanda needs to be separated from the group. So Maurice goes, well, Mel, you could have called her. Okay, now, the thing is, what y'all have to remember is that this scene was shot after Carlos King's nightcap. Maurice don't see it for Mel right now because on that same nightcap, she called him boring. So I feel like that's why he's saying that to Mel. Because, baby, I'm not calling you on the phone, okay? And she's like, well, I don't have her number. Mel, you don't even have to say that, okay? You don't have to say that. She's like, but I would have handled it the exact same, as you should, because this is my thing. At Jalen's housewarming party, after that Galentine's Day event, Miss Wanda addressed all of them in the moment and then had enough nerve to call them the B word. Now, I do, however, feel that Mel chose the wrong place to address Miss Wanda. Like, don't be talking about I should have called her on the phone. No, I'm not calling her on the phone. You publicly were talking about my kids, so we publicly are going to handle it. Point blank and the period. And child, you just don't like Mel right now because she said you was born on that show and you ain't fooling me. So then Marceau actually agrees with her actions. He's like, I agree with her actions. Poor Tisha looked too stunned to speak. When I tell you, she was looking like, I know you f***ing lying. One thing Marceau gonna do, he gonna ride for Mel. He gonna ride. This show is ridiculous. This show is ridiculous. One thing he gonna do is he gonna ride for Mel. Oh, that is just so, oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. Husband, future husband, honey, because y'all know I ain't gonna never let nobody trick me into getting married. Honey, but future significant other, we are a team. I don't give a damn if you agree with her or not. You don't agree with her while you're sitting with me, okay? Boy, what is wrong with you? But I did like the fact that he was unbiased. He just let it be known. I agree with her addressing her. So Marceau said, because the same could be said with Tiffany. You confronted her about what she said about MJ. And the only difference is Tiffany was contrite. But had Louis had that shot, and things gone, left, it could have been a whole different situation. Touche, Marceau, touche. But we all know Louis wasn't going to bust a grape, child. He don't do nothing but talk. But Martel was like, oh yeah, you finally lost your first case. So they all laughing and having a good time together. And it was reminiscent of how the show first began. And so I like that. Even though it was, them laughing at Maurice's expense, it was just good to see them all laugh again together. Marceau turns to Tisha and he's like, has Miss Wanda ever gone in first on anybody unprovoked? So Tisha was like, well, I don't know. So then, of course, Marceau gave every example in the book because she has. Bottom line is this. At the end of the day, she shouldn't be so involved with your core associate group. Now, I would say your core friend group, but y'all ain't friends. Okay, let's just keep it real. Y'all ain't friends. Everybody played a part in that day at the end of the day. Marceau, you were 1000% wrong for getting it started with Hotel because you were not in there when Miss Wanda was going off. And even if you weren't in there, Miss Wanda was still talking about somebody's kids. And the same way you gonna ride for yours is the same way this man is gonna ride for his. At the end of the day, Mel, you were wrong for coming to the event simply to address Miss Wanda, but Miss Wanda is in the wrong, dead wrong at the end of the day for coming up behind you to sneak you. Okay? That's just the bottom line. And all of y'all, Tisha is not going to go against her mama, right, wrong, or indifferent. That's the only one that has her back. She know don't none of y'all halfway like her. She is not going to go against her mama. She ain't going to listen to Tisha even if she tried to do it. Do y'all not think that Tisha has read these comments and saw herself being ripped apart and went to her mama and told her, you got to stop that, because when you do that, they come down on me. They calling me stupid. I'm all over the blogs. I'm on every YouTube channel. People hate me. Stop. You don't think she done told her mama to stop? And she's still on there for hours smacking and going live. Like, come on now. So then Kimmy brings up that they want Tisha to control Wanda. They need to control Mark. Well, Kimmy, I'm going to tell you, just like I'm going to tell all of them, nobody can control anybody. These are grown people. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. They flash back to the reunion. Martel was saying that Miss Van was driving to see Mark for hours and hours and hours, giving very much money long, honey. And Maurice was like, I feel like that's what upset him, the whole thing. So Kimmy is like, I think he felt rejected. He got his little feelings hurt by her being like, he was just my friend. So Mel said, well, before the reunion, things were said as well. So everybody quiet. This conversation proves that everybody is going to back up their people. Mel is not going to say anything incriminating about her mom being with Mark. She ain't going to say it, okay? In her eyes, Mark is in the wrong. In his brother's eyes, Mark can be in the wrong, but they are not about to correct Mark. Just like Tisha ain't about to correct Miss Wanda. So we ain't getting nowhere. And it goes back to what I said in the beginning. Everybody stay in your mutual corners, keep the outside noises away, and only deal with the 6 of you. We can let go of Destiny, we can let go of Stormy, we can let go of Tiffany, and we can let go of Louis. So Kimmy is like, well, everybody needs to have a conversation with their people. Marceau said, well, there's nothing that we can do with him. And she was like, so y'all, and Marceau said, listen, I blocked Mark. So I can't tell you nothing. I blocked him. Okay, I can't tell you what to do with him because I ain't got nothing to do with it. Well, Marceau, that's what Tisha is saying as well. She can't do anything with Miss Wanda. She can't control Miss Wanda. The same way you saying you can't control Mark because he a grown man, she cannot control Miss Wanda. So Kimmy said, well, it's never happened with just the 6 of us. To me, it just seems like it's the extended family and Martel. Okay, Martel's the problem as well. So they claim that they are all going to monitor their social media use. Sure, please. Martel is in his confessional talking about, yeah, I'm going to do my best to avoid social media. 3 hours later, calling the mother of his kids a pro and fighting incessantly online for weeks. So much so that it made it to the shade room. Martel, you are never not going to act up on social media. And I don't know why you quieted down. I don't know if you were sent a cease and desist or a stop and don't do it no more. I don't know what you were sent, but I'm glad that you were sent it because it was getting ridiculous and your kids are going to read that. And that lives on the Googler in infamy. Just because you delete it, it's never gone. The World Wide Web is forever. So they raise their glasses and they toast to moving forward. And honey, that's exactly what I'm about to do with this review. Moving forward. And that was the end of the episode. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what y'all thought about this episode. There were so many moving parts, honey, and I really had to get into it as I got into it. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.